Here we are. Things can only get better. They can only get better. I found you. Things can all... Right. Oh my God. That's what happens when you have a couple of drinks. It's taking the edge off me. So I need potassium. Do bananas help with hangovers?
I think so.
I thought they did.
Yeah.
Let me have a look. Bananas help with hangover. Bananas contain a good amount of potassium. I knew it was potassium. Eating a banana will help replenish the body's potassium levels after a night of drinking. Bananas also contain fibre and sugar. Fibre promotes digestion and can alleviate digestive symptoms. Sugar provides the energy a person needs to start the day. Yes.
Brown bananas are better as well.
Brown bananas? Yeah. What do you mean? Like bruised ones?
They're like, yeah, when they go.
No.
Not nice to eat.
No.
Can we officially say, Wrighty, I'm putting it out there, is a fashion icon? Do you think he's a fashion icon?
I think he is.
I think he is.
Not a fashion icon.
I think you are.
I don't think I am.
Ultimately, it's very difficult to copy that, isn't it?
No, but I get the impression. Wrighty could. Obviously, you're quirky with your clothes. You could wear anything and you look smart. Is that? Is Bex a fashion icon?
Yeah.
It's the way you put it together, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
you have to have a certain. You have to not worry about what people think about.
I think Bex has a big following. I think Bex has a big following of people that will.
I haven't got
follow
my
what he
glasses.
wears, I would imagine his look and his look in terms of his face. His
Yeah,
facial
fashion icon. I haven't got my glasses. Someone read that.
A fashion icon is an influential person who introduces new styles which spread throughout fashion culture and become part of fashion. They initiate a new style which others may follow. This may be famous personalities such as political leaders, celebrities, sports personalities. For example, during the 1960s, Jackie Kennedy was a great fashion icon.
Steve McQueen.
Maybe not.
I'm not a fashion icon.
Yeah, maybe. Bring it back a little bit. Sorry.
No, but
Just edit that bit out.
it was nice of you. It was nice of you to say.
No, I suppose my
I know what you
message,
mean.
whatever
I
you
like
wear,
it. You know what? It's a compliment.
you
You're giving me a
look smart.
compliment. Thank you very much.
I'd call it someone who stands out in fashion. He's a.
Even look, imagine if I dressed like that.
I'd love to see. Can you go and swap clothes now, you two? Seriously, can you? Honestly, seriously, I want to see that. Can you?
I wouldn't fit in.
I like that, but that wouldn't work for the shoes.
You wouldn't wear. You wouldn't wear the.
No, that wouldn't work for me.
You know, socks is something that I've really got into more now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't wear, like, coloured socks. See the little IW on the socks.
I went on Dragon's Den, and you know Peter Jones? Peter Jones wears different coloured socks. You know Peter Jones off Dragon's Den?
Yeah, the tall fella.
He wears different coloured, like, I think stripy socks.
Stripy
Yeah.
socks.
Would you wear white socks with
Yeah.
jeans? Yeah, no problem, white socks with
No,
jeans.
none at all, no. Because that's a stigma what people put on people.
Yeah.
Ah, you wear white socks.
Yeah,
white
but
socks.
I think I would get laughed at if I wore white socks with jeans.
Yeah, but you've kind of created a kind of persona for yourself where you wouldn't do something like that just because.
Yeah.
At some stage, I would have probably thought, I'm not wearing white socks, but I'll wear white socks if the need be, simply because
Change of
I don't
tactics?
care. You can't care, Gal.
Or change the tactics with the seats, isn't it? It was just.
I like what they've
Yeah,
done.
well, you were blocking me the other day, weren't you?
I feel like, well,
you were blocking,
my head
you were
felt-
blocking the money
Yeah.
shop.
We need the money shot. Wait a minute, wait. Okay, and go. The money shot. Do you know what the money shot means?
The money shop.
Oh, that's careful.
Okay, we'll do that one off camera. You can't say money shot, man.
Money
See,
shot.
now all I'm thinking about is a money shot now. Let's change the subject.
You can be angry, you can be frustrated, you can be happy, you can't be sulky.
Yeah.
I'm not having sulky.
Sulky doesn't help.
I'm not having sulky. Not having.
We need to put that in room 101. You know when people win awards off these magazines? Who the hell are they to judge who's man of the year and woman of the year?
In that split second, they're like, do a pass on to the centre half. Even if you break a line and you don't get the ball, you just take the defender's attention.
An old bowl of soup. I would like.
No!
No, I had an out-of-body experience going, what are you doing? Something's gone on down there.
He's got his gun out.
We've got a few community questions here. Right, Gary, why do you hold a pen when you're watching a game in the ITV studio?
Yeah.
And do
Have you noticed-
the other pundits have anything that they can't do their job without? I hold a pen because ever since I went on television all those years ago, my hands, I didn't have a clue what to do with them, particularly if you stood up. So just to hold something just gives you a little bit of comfort.
Yeah.
Just to put your arms somewhere. So yeah, it's comfort.
It's funny.
Is it bad to put your hand in your pocket?
Yeah.
Is
so,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
Look like
remember
you're
doing
bored,
a
maybe,
game
yeah.
and someone texted us that, saying you shouldn't have your hand in your pocket, but why?
Yeah.
Does it look like you're bored, maybe, or you've lost interest?
Do you have anything? You have something in your hand?
Well,
don't you?
I kind
Yeah,
of
you
have
got
this now. It's something that as just recently, because I have I can't keep still. I need something to like just
Focus on,
Yeah, I don't, it's only recently. I don't know what anxiety. You know, my anxiety's gone inside me. Like it was like that. Like I film Inside Out. But like now, Gal, it just makes me feel calm now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything
Probably
in
a
your
pen.
hand?
I think
Yeah.
just have a pen, maybe, yeah.
Jill, do you?
Sausage.
As long as Jill's got a sausage, she's happy.
Right.
That'll definitely get cut.
Which city has the best food that you've ever worked in?
You know something.
But you're foodie people. I'm not. You
Do you know what should
like your
I'm
food.
not
I'm
really,
not
I'm
fussy.
coffee.
Can I say this? Do you know what should never be underestimated? London.
Oh, I knew you love London. Jesus.
I mean, I'm
why
not-
don't you move there? You're obsessed with London.
London's got unbelievable food.
Have you got a house in London?
No.
Not yet. You know what? I'm going to probably say.
Of course, it's going to be decent.
I was doing a Women's World Cup, Australia.
Yeah, Australia
Right,
was
especially
nice.
there's a-
Which,
can't
which,
mention it.
which city?
Melbourne. It's really good. It's like, especially like there's some croissant. This lady done amazing. I thought that food was good, and I have to say Qatar, right? I thought the food in Qatar, the spices, and I quite liked.
Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say Valencia for traditional independent foods, as in like, you know, proper restaurants that are owned by families and owned by...
Well, you have to go out there. We have to get out for food. No. Chasing you down the street.
Did they give you free meals? You know, like when
No.
you walk in, they're like, oh, there's
Right.
Gary.
You only get a free meal if you win.
Charge me double.
Italy's.
But you're a
always-
foodie person.
Milan.
I
Milan
like
pizza.
pizza.
Italy, anywhere in Italy,
Yeah.
always great
Yeah.
food.
Milan
Anywhere in Italy.
pizza.
I'm not fussy, me, are you?
No.
You know? But I have to say, I was impressed with Qatar's because it's very spicy. It's very nice. I liked
Hey,
it.
Berlin, do you know that Indian in Berlin? We had a nice Indian,
Oh,
didn't we?
beautiful, yeah.
We mustn't
Have you not done the
invited
Indian
him.
yet in Berlin?
You haven't
Have you done-
invited
Gary's
We've
him.
done the
it.
Indian, yeah.
How good was that?
I've been to the Indian.
Nice, of course.
Indian's unbelievable.
Yeah. We were there 2 nights ago.
You know what's good about it, Roy? We were saying the ambience.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's not loud. It's really pleasant. They're really nice.
Yeah. I judge places by coffee, Melbourne.
Melbourne Gulf Coffee.
Well, it's meant to be the best in the world.
Is that right?
Apparently,
Do you
yeah.
know something like, if you said to me, I know, obviously, like, say with wine, people know the difference between each wine. People say, like, there's a massive difference between, like, coffee here and a coffee there. Like, coffee's
Yeah,
like...
yeah.
I never
There's
thought that until a few
There's
years ago.
levels to the coffee.
But do you drink coffee?
I drink 1 in the morning, maybe 2 max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You need
we don't
to,
really want him drinking any more than that, to be honest, Jill.
Like-
Jesus Christ.
like this. He's hung over though this morning.
I've had 2
A little bit.
Have you had what? 2?
A little bit.
I've had 2 today.
You had a glass of wine, that was it. Jesus, man.
Why are you underplaying?
I know, you come into there, my head's all over the place. You had 1 glass of wine.
Roy's still reeling from his flight. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
Right,
I need
what
to
happened
move
on
on.
your flight? What happened on your flight?
He can't.
Kaz Carney was so scared of you last night at food. Honestly.
I'm scared. I'm scared from it.
He was so sad. weren't
was
you?
sad when I
You
came
were like
in.
you were angry, but you were sad.
Yeah, I was upset.
What's your favourite snack whilst doing punditry?
I don't really eat.
Oh, just
Do you know what? We
I
eat
don't
some.
eat
We eat
much.
some
we eat so,
chocolate.
We eat so
yeah,
much.
usually chocolate. and
Chocolate.
Sweet.
Actually, where is
It's
the
just
mini rolls?
there. It's
actually?
just like there, isn't it? It's
Where's
so
the mini
much-
rolls?
Jesus, get your timing right, lads. You don't have to do much. Just get.
You used to eat a lot of sweets.
Shot, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? I've cut down a lot though, because he always tries to force something. Hey, righty. I'm trying to ease off of him.
So,
Your Irish
You've
accent.
gone Jordan.
are they the Jaffa cake ones?
Wow.
Someone's had a bite off that.
Jesus.
Someone's had a bite.
It's fallen off, hasn't it?
You know there's mint
They
ones.
look like they've
Mint
seen
ones
better
now.
days.
Mint ones.
It's orange ones last week.
What?
Mint ones
Mint-
this week.
These look orange. Are these orange?
Look
Have
at
a go.
this diet.
You had a mint one. What about the-
sausage
these orange?
sandwich?
Mint.
Oh,
Is it?
Oh, that is
orange.
nice.
It's orange.
That reminds us
You
of
had a mint
something.
one the other night.
we
Yeah.
said orange last week.
I had a mint one the other night.
Wow.
There you go. Keep the orange down.
What does this remind us of? Oh, is it Jaffa cake?
Wow. The orange.
That is good.
The orange is good, isn't it? What do you think? You think it needs jam as well? I think it's missing some.
That is like Jaffa cake.
I'd have jam in that as well, just to give it the extraness.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you watch the highlights reel of my career, you'd see the tackles, the trophies, and the very occasional goal. But you wouldn't see the graft, the mistakes, or the mental struggles to get where I did. If you scroll through social media, comparing your life to others, it's easy to think that everyone else has it figured out, when that's very rarely the case, and it's certainly not the full picture. Comparison can really take a toll on our mental health, but BetterHelp are on a mission to break you out of that cycle. They're the world's largest therapy service with a huge team of licensed therapists ready to help you take charge of your mental health. And with BetterHelp, it's all online and works to a schedule that works for you. Take a quick questionnaire and you're matched with a licensed therapist straight away. You can switch therapists anytime for no extra charge. The positive coping skills I learned in therapy were a game changer for me in my career, and I still use them to this day. So stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/STF today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/STF. I'm trying to think of things that I would get emotional. I think walking my daughter down the aisle, I'd get emotional.
Yeah.
I think you'd want to do it quick. The way you
What,
move.
walking with-
Right, come on, quick. Come on.
Let's get down the aisle.
Let's get down here.
Do you know, he'll be wanting
I'd love to see you do that.
You know
girl.
what? He'll be sending an email at the same time. Just got to take a call there. Yeah.
You would.
He'd be pulling his door down. Come on,
would.
I've got to do a Zoom. Quick.
You're never in the moment though, so your head
That's
would be at
the shout.
like
Hey,
the,
last night at
the
the meal-
honeymoon.
Last
You'd
night
be
at the
arranging the
meal,
honeymoon.
I was in the moment, wasn't I? In the meal last night.
Yeah, because you'd had 3 gin and tonics, 4 white wines, and 6 reds. He's like,
In the moment you're
I'm in the
pissed.
moment.
And he knew I was suffering. He was enjoying that. Going, oh,
I'm really disappointed that you're not having such a good time and I'm not there. It makes me feel like you can't wait till I'm not
I can't believe you put your family before us. You put his wife and kids before
Oh,
us.
yeah, so he,
Oh, yeah, now
everyone,
he's back.
Ian's family have come over,
Yeah.
so he moved out the team
No,
hotel.
no, I didn't.
He's-
Yeah.
The collective sort of
Yeah.
Hang on a minute.
dissipated
My family
a little bit.
came over. Hang on. Family came over, and like I said, you know what, the girls, let me
But
text.
we're
Let
missing
me.
you though. We're missing you though.
You weren't missing me. I didn't get no texts from anyone. Send
you with your family.
Send a message to Roy because I thought he's on his own. He was in Manchester. He'd already left.
He went home.
He didn't even
Last
tell
minute,
me.
yeah.
He just went, bam.
Yeah, because you were your
But you
family.
went home. You went home as well.
No, I went back to do something.
You look great though.
A little
He looks
earner,
great.
a little
No,
earner,
he was at the GQ Hero Awards. I've seen pictures of you.
you?
Yeah.
GQ. Did you win a GQ Hero Award?
No,
Ugh.
there's nothing to win. It's just
Oh, do you know what? We need to put that in room 101. You know when people win awards off these magazines? Who the hell are they to judge who's man of the year and woman of the year? It's ridiculous. What's the magazine that does that?
Time. Is it Time? Or,
No.
Have
Is
you
it-
ever
is it
been
ma-
in like
It's
top
GQ.
10 men?
Is it GQ?
is it GQ?
And people get an award and they walk up.
Man of the year.
Man of the year, and they go up, they go, who's voting for this rubbish? And they go, and they're like dead proud.
It's not-
And they're
yeah.
like,
I
You've gotta
can
be proud
see
to be
him
Man of the
winning
Year.
Man of the Year in the
Yeah.
future. Can you?
ridiculous.
Man of the year.
Have you ever been
big.
nominated?
I want to be nominated,
Yes,
man
you
of the year.
would.
Who says it's ridiculous?
Please,
But people
if
go and you're like,
anybody's listening.
oh, but they're sitting and go, please be me. Like,
Can we please get some nominations put forward for Roy Keane?
Roy
Man of the
Keane.
Year? I would
You
love
could
to
be
win
Man
this
of the
award.
Year. I
they
actually
don't
think
even know
you
what the
could.
person's really like. They get man of the year, and the guy could be a
They should do
lunatic.
stuff like
He could be a drug dealer.
most-
He's a great guy. Yeah, that's the perception of the guy. He's been divorced 9 times, got 28 kids, man of the year. He's up there and
Well, he will
everyone's
be man of the
applauding
year.
him. He's man of the year, or woman of the year. You go, they're lunatics.
If he's produced 28 kids, he will be Man of the Year, I think.
Proper people go to these dinners and they're like, oh, please be me. You're like, oh, you need to get a life.
No, right.
Can we do room 101 again?
No.
I taught
let's
loads of
Let's
things.
go back to room 101.
I taught loads of stuff after we finished
After we
it.
finished, he could
Because to
stop
be
all day,
fair, I
2
think
days.
it's definitely better than sort of kids' jeans and leggings.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I really
I
want?
was getting people sending me pictures of kids' jeans on my Instagram.
Hey, the other worst one is stags and hen do's. People go on hen weeks and women walking through the airport with like learner signs on it. It's like,
I love
oh,
I
my
love 'em.
God, really?
Yeah.
And they have pictures of their boyfriends that they're
Love
getting
it.
married to and all their friends have t-shirts.
Oh, and they've got all the masks on and
Love
stuff.
it.
Have you
Cowboy
Oh my
ever...
God, our men walking
With
through the airport,
silk-
we're all going to Spain for a week.
With
You're like,
silver cowboy hats and
Elite.
stuff. I love it. Go
He's
get it. I
got
men
love
wearing
it.
Baby.
shorts, golfer. Oh,
I love it.
Have you never been on a stag do?
one.
Did you have one?
Well, every week it was a stag do. I went on one stag.
And what was it? What
Never
was the
again.
theme?
Where was it? Where was it?
Every week was a stag.
What were you dressed as?
No, there was no
He's
dress.
a leprechaun. Did you see that picture of him as a leprechaun? As a leprechaun.
Put them glasses on. Right, give me your glasses.
He won't wear.
We went on a stag.
This
Right.
is Roy on a stag
I had a
do.
moment at the stag where I went, is this really it? So we'd obviously been drinking all night and we had an early start in the morning, drinking like Bacardi breezers. And in the afternoon, we went back to the rooms to get changed at our hotel. No, we'd been drinking all night and all morning, so you're going, really, you should be going to bed. And I was walking past this room, it's about 4 in the afternoon, and I'm like, struggling. And you know, when people leave their food outside their door, like room service, I was like, I sat down, and it was an old bowl of soup. I was like,
No!
I went, no, I had an out-of-body experience going, what are you doing?
You ate,
I went back, got changed, went back, going, oh my God.
you ate someone else's
Yeah, just,
soup.
it was a soup. It was,
Oh, Roy! That is
Honestly.
disgusting.
I swear to God. But I did, I just thought, is this it? Has it come to this?
That is actually...
And you know, when you go to these stags and the guy who got married, you just knew they weren't going to stay married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone gets divorced. No, you just knew they weren't going to stay together.
You
You know?
thinking that at a stag?
Well, I was right. They didn't stay together. Of course. Like most people.
Put them glasses on, Roy.
Yeah.
I want to see what you look like dressed up on a stag do.
Let me see.
Did it work?
Right,
They're quite good. I like them.
so, but what happens, like, if your daughters or son want to go on a hen or stag party, what will happen? Will they have a hen party?
Yeah, probably, yeah. It's their own business. But I'll give them some guidance, hopefully. That you wouldn't want them walking through
can't.
airports all dressed up and...
I can't get
Yeah, but
past.
that's
going on
what
there?
you do,
Right, I can't
isn't
get
it?
past the.
Why is it? That's
Right,
what
in the eating the food,
Soup,
drinking soup probably the whole night.
Disgusting. Someone could have weeded
And do
that
anything
ball
to it.
already.
No.
You can do anything.
Oh.
This is about 4 in the afternoon, Jill, by the way.
I've lost so much respect for you now.
I love him so
Hey,
much. I
lost
can't
respect
even
for
lie.
myself as well. But don't worry, I recovered. I kicked down. I went back out. It didn't stop me.
We're going to have a recurring theme every week of 101s, of ones that you've remembered.
Oh,
That was brilliant,
God.
Roy.
That
That's
is
great.
so funny.
That's an amazing image. It's a powerful image.
It's not. It's shocking.
Any
You know what's
others?
good? You know what's good about what I love, Roy? Is that you've got to a place where you can sit and talk about something like that comfortably because you know what I mean? You don't drink now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing turnaround. So
can have
that's
a-
why you can laugh. You can laugh.
Oh,
What you got, Gal?
that is so funny.
Gary, just wait 1 second while
Oh, we've got...
on here.
Is that guy, has he got a Harley? I bet it's a Harley.
It's Jamie Carragher.
Oh, look, it's a Harley. It's a Heritage Softail. Wow, I used to have one of those. It was like light blue, light blue and cream.
wheelies down there?
That is awesome. Wow.
Jesus, you're all excited to see a motorbike. Christ almighty.
I've got the same bike, Roy. I've got that
Oh,
bike.
yours is beautiful.
Yeah, but that's the Triumph. You haven't seen my big one.
Oh, yours is beautiful.
Wow.
Has anyone got a Puriton or a Clarity? My eyes absolutely gone on hay fever.
It's funny because that's what I used
That's
to do.
what I had the other day at the movies. Hay fever.
See, when we
Your
was playing,
bike, but Wrighty turned up on his bike, but you had all the proper, like vintage gloves. Were the vintage gloves?
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
it's like,
Oh,
Oh my
no.
God.
What have you done now?
Every time I spill stuff.
Right, you can't go out the night before recording.
Christ.
Right.
What, Gal?
In no particular order,
right.
what would you class as your personal greatest performance during your career?
It's all
Sorry,
about
Jill.
the team. It's all about the
Oh,
team.
No,
If
the question
team-
was
Jill, what's the
personal.
best performance?
Personal.
Jesus.
You know what?
You must have played well in one game.
Wait.
You know what? Can I just say, Jill, watching Jill in the Euros coming on and think it was Pateas. He came on and you had to You had to lock it down for us in the Euros, Jill. I was so proud
How
of
many
you.
goals did you get for England?
She was amazing.
Only 28.
Only 28?
Yeah, but I played 161.
28's a lot. Jesus.
a lot.
You know something, Jill? You were amazing.
Thank you.
You
That's
was
1 in
amazing.
5, 1 in 6.
Yeah.
For a midfield player, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. To be fair, I always struggle with good performances because I had some good moments. I scored like the winner in a semi-final of a Euro, like last minute of injury time, and that was probably my best moment playing
Was that
for
at
England.
Wembley?
2009. No, it was
Oh,
the
yeah.
Euro semi-final.
Right, okay.
So it was a good moment, but I didn't necessarily have a good game.
Was that your but was that your best moment?
Best, like that feeling of knowing that the
Yes.
team are going through to a final. That was
Did
probably
you go
my
mad
best moment.
when you scored?
No, not really. My nephew was 2 years old at the time, and I blew him a little kiss on camera. That was it. But yeah,
Jesus.
Harley.
Let me see my guy again.
he's off.
Wow.
He's gone,
He's English.
he's
He's got
gone.
his English flag, got the Union Jack on the
Gone.
back. That's brilliant.
That looks good.
I used to have one of those. You know what I used to do?
Now
I
there's a
weren't meant to have
bloody
it
police
when I was
car.
at Arsenal. And hang on a minute.
Probably wait through this as well, lads, if that's all right.
Shit. He's just nearly knocked him over.
Oh,
What's happened?
Well, hang on a minute. It's all
What's going
happening
on?
now.
Oh my God, did you see? They nearly knocked that
Oh, they've
girl.
got someone. Look.
Where?
No, they haven't. Look, no, they haven't.
They just nearly knocked that girl over.
it might be Cara.
It's just,
my God.
Something's gone on.
Oh, they look.
hasn't
Yeah,
it?
but
He's got his gun out.
they're not right.
I'm going to say
So, go on.
Inter Milan away, quarterfinals, 99. We drew 1-1. We had to defend well. I think we won 2-0 in the first leg, and I think we drew 1-1, but they scored, I think, so it was like 1-0 up.
And they had a good team, didn't
They
they?
had a good team. Ronaldo played that night in San Siro. So I'm going to say that game, I set up the goal, half an assist, really. And
You
I'm going to
launched
say,
it, did
I'm
you?
going to say that was a moment where just something. When you receive the ball and you feel like
This is it for me.
I'm on it, I'm in the
Yeah.
zone
Yeah.
here. I'm like, I'm pretty confident here. I was 24, so I'd gone through that little bit, but yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Greatest game ever. Turin, Juventus, semi-final.
I don't know.
That's what everyone's going to...
Oh, no, but I think all that gets exaggerated.
No, but Roy, I was watching it. You were pretty good. Come on.
I don't know. Do you know what?
When you were needed, you came there. You came through.
What was that score?
Which one?
The Juventus.
Did Juventus
2-2.
2-2.
We were losing 2-0.
Yeah.
So it was 1-1 in the first game.
Good header.
No, so it was 3-2 in the end.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
Did
it
Yes, I was gonna say you'd
Cody
have to
score?
win.
No, I was talking Barcelona in that one. That was Barcelona.
was 1-1 in the first game.
Yeah.
And it was 2-0 down.
Uh-huh.
And we basically, Roy scored the first goal to go make it 2-1. And then we went 2-2 before half-time. And then basically scored the third late on.
But you'd have been true with the 2-2 on the away goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roy that was the game where Roy basically got booked and meant
then
that he missed the final. Yeah.
Oh, I should have started
So
crying.
is it
shouldn't I? That would have been-
bittersweet?
would have been lovely if I started crying. Just show me emotion.
Is it a bit bittersweet though for
A
you?
bit, of course it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. I wouldn't look back as a moment. Moments to game.
Is it a moment? Are we looking for a
No,
moment?
it's the greatest performance.
My bad,
It's-
yeah.
the question is,
I don't know.
what would you
I
class as
swear.
your greatest personal performance?
Yeah.
The fact that me and you just went like that means we didn't have many.
No,
You have to
No,
think
but
about it.
you're bringing the occasion into it. Obviously, that must come into the mix. You were saying
Yeah.
big goal for England. Obviously, Inter was a big game.
You scored twice at Arsenal once. at
Yeah,
Highbury.
they were good. Yeah, good games against Arsenal. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I swear.
I think that was the most important performance that night. Because to be fair, you talk about selflessness, you talk about getting booked. You could have gone a little. I mean, I know you didn't, but you could have gone a little bit emotional. You could have got sent off. You could have lost focus. You could have done many things.
Do you know, I don't think that ever would have crossed my mind that night. This idea of like losing the plot because I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. It's weird. I always say that I'm not being smart, but that was my job, wasn't it? You know, that was my job to just try and help the team.
Yeah.
That's what we're all there for.
But without that performance, that next game doesn't exist anyway. So
You
there's
could
no
say
point thinking.
you could say that about Inter Milan. There's always a game where you think you've got to get over the line and it's tough. And Inter were decent, and obviously Juventus were brilliant, and Bayern were good. So honestly, it's boring, but I don't particularly look at that game and go, yeah. But there's other games. The Spurs game to win the league, Arsenal big cup semi-finals, big wins, and but yeah, sorry,
Mine
sure.
probably have to be the Italy
England
97,
one.
yeah. Because like, I remember I was getting a lot of stick from the reporters because I think Shearer was injured. I was playing up front with Teddy. I was up on my
This
own.
was England, Italy away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in Rome.
Qualified, right? Yeah.
I remember they changed it to the Olympic Stadium.
98,
And I remember there was a time with Glenn Hoddle. I remember even in England training, he fucking kept balling me out because I was playing, but I was flicking things and not holding it. And he kept slaughtering me about hold it.
Did Italy need a result that night?
Yeah,
They already qualified.
Italy hadn't qualified. I think Italy needed to beat us, I think, because I think they went into the
playoffs after, right.
qualifier. But like,
So
it was a game. It was a game where he needed me to be that player up front who's running the channels, holding it up. And you know, people were saying Ian Wright hasn't got the intelligence to play a game like that. He hasn't got against these the defenders are going to wind him up. He hasn't got the mentality to easily. And right at the death, I nearly scored as well. It would have been easily my crowning glory, but the way I had to play that particular game, easily.
Proper team player and
you
discipline,
know
yeah.
something? Even when I look back at it, I remember I was being marked by Cannavaro, I think, and Alessandro Nesta. Maldini was there as well, I think.
Cannavaro.
Cannavaro, yeah. And like right at the death there, I got past him and I nearly scored, but like that would have been the icing on the cake of it. But like it was a game that no one thought I could do, and I was I honestly, it's better than anything that was for me.
We had some big results with Ireland. Remember, you forget international Ireland. We pulled off some big results. Yeah, huge.
Next question is on Manchester United. What are your thoughts on Eric Ten Hag signing a new contract extension?
Good luck to him. Good luck to him. You're thinking to
I was a
yourself.
bit surprised because I thought, obviously, with them contemplating sacking him, or the thought was that they were contemplating whether he was going to stay or not. So they offer him a new contract.
Yeah, but you'd only a year left.
He had 1 year
Did they
left,
not want the uncertainty going into...
Exactly.
Oh, they don't... So a bit of stability, but the clauses were still the same. Doesn't mean to say they wouldn't get rid of him in October, November.
You can't let that run. You can't
It's
let
just a message out there, listen, we'll give him a back in his 2-year deal, but...
Yeah.
Because they didn't want it to run into last year. It looks as if there's uncertainty. From a business point of view, I'm guessing.
Do you think if he'd not have won the FA Cup, he would have stayed?
I think he would have been.
Would have been gone, yeah.
Gone. So you think that
The cup
saved
game
his
gave
job?
and rightly so. You win a cup, it should give you that bit of breathing space.
Yeah.
But they can't be finishing 8th next year.
I like him.
They have to be competing next year in the top 4. It's going to be hard to win, but certainly get back to competing and not be given the records they've created the last 12 months in terms of the league.
Yeah.
So poor, wasn't it?
What do you think needs to be done for them to get back to that top 4?
Do you know something? Dan Ashworth starting, the new CEO starting, Jason Wilcox starting, and I don't know, to be fair, the CEO or Jason Wilcox. I know Jason from playing, but I don't know him in terms of his job. But I know Dan pretty well.
Yeah.
As in, when he was at the FA, I spoke to him quite a bit because obviously he was looking after sort of the whole of the England setup. He's done a good job wherever he's been, Dan Ashworth. And one thing is he's stable. And I think he will make reasoned, what would be...
Decisions, yeah.
We won't be bringing in Anthony and Casemiro in the last week of the transfer window for 160 million. Yeah. If it wasn't in the plan, it will not happen. He will definitely stick to the plan. He's done that with England, he's done that with West Brom, he's done that with, obviously, Newcastle. He's gone in quite measured. He's not gone in and sort of wasted a load of money. He usually, to be fair, operates in quite a sort of...
I don't know if he's that clever because he interviewed me for a job a few years ago and he didn't give it to me.
It wasn't the England job, was it?
Which job was that?
It was West Brom.
Oh.
Wow.
So are you forever blowing bubbles?
In your eyes.
Imagine if he said West Ham there. Imagine if he said West Ham.
So West Brom. So what did you feel as though? Did he ring you up after and tell you why he didn't get it?
Well, he must have done, yeah.
Who got the job?
Can't remember.
Roy Hodgson? Would Roy got the job?
Were they Premier League at the time?
Do you know, I can't remember.
Good story, that one.
Basically, I can't
what was the
remember.
interview like? But what was he like in the interview?
It was good, yeah, cool, yeah. Like any interview, just have a bit of chit-chat about football and your plans and, yeah. But that's why it's always strange for any man. You get interviewed, what is a good or bad interview? It's hard to gauge, isn't it? You must interview people and you go, sometimes you get a feeling for somebody and obviously you respect who they go with. Listen, there's a lot of good people would be in for jobs. Yeah. So, no, I was just saying that I sat with him and it wasn't meant to be, obviously.
Yeah. What's your favourite pastime when you're a football player? I've got 3.
What's yours?
So I started off, believe it or not, and I don't play golf at all, and haven't done for like 15, 20 years. In fact, I got to the point whereby I thought it was actually harmful to football players by being on the golf course for 4.5, 5 hours and carrying bags around and all that sort of stuff. But when I
I
actually
think
was,
I have a caddy.
when I was 16, I was such a keen golfer and was till I was 20, 21. I was like massive into golf.
Wow.
So I played golf a lot and I got to a decent standard. But then I thought, you know something? The impact on your body, I just felt a bit leggy. I just thought, no. And then it just,
So if you're not midweek game, would you play 2 or 3 times a week?
I'd play a lot and I'd practice at night and just play all the time, yeah. Then that went. And then probably sort of, I started to learn guitar when I moved into Manchester when I was 23, 24, for about 4 or 5 years. And I loved it. Used to go, I had this guitar teacher that he had a little band in Manchester. Used to go and watch and play for 3 or 4 years.
I just can't see. I can't see it.
Guitar, yeah. And then I stopped. And then I would say,
Love
to
that
be fair,
guy.
it was the property stuff where in the afternoon when I was in my 30s, I'd go and, let's say I was building something in like Bolton, I'd go up there and see the build, you know, watch the building and sort of have the meetings and the business stuff. So I always did things in the afternoon. I never just went home. Sorry, if it was day before a game, I'd go home and sleep and relax. But before that, I would do stuff.
Yeah.
I would always do stuff.
I can see you on a building site with your little hat
yeah.
on. Like
Give me a
Bob
little
the
hat on.
Builder.
I told me big head last week.
That was him.
That's good, though. A lot of interest.
Yes,
there.
Yeah, a lot of interest, yeah.
But that's your way of switching off from football, obviously.
Yeah.
I didn't really do.
I didn't do too much. You know what? You know, like
Walking my dog, that'd be about it.
Yeah.
In terms of switching off from football.
Me was I used to. I remember you weren't allowed to have. If you look at your contract, you're literally not allowed to do anything apart from come out your house, go in your car, get to training, go. And I bought myself a Harley Davidson motorbike.
So you were riding around on a bike?
Yeah, I was right. Yeah, and I used to ride all over the place. I used to ride every Sunday just round my way, just for that relaxing, nice ride. I used to do that all the time.
Bex did that towards the end of his career.
You know what I mean?
I'd like to be able to drive a motorbike, would you?
It was the same,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'd love a
It's the same. It was the same as one of
Yeah.
those. Honestly, Roy, you should
I
do
did.
the
I got
test.
lessons once, 4 or 5 years ago.
I used to do
No
it.
one knows
I'd love to
this.
do that.
What?
Should we
But
do
I
it
had
in
a moped.
Manchester?
You had a moped?
So 3 years ago, I got what's the 1 day test that you have the C.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
CVT,
done that. I
CPT
tried
or
that.
So I did that,
CVT
and
or
then
something.
basically I've got a moped. It's still at home, and I was using it for a year and a half, 2 years before COVID, and then COVID came, and then and you have to renew it. So
Yeah,
basically, I've not
every 2
renewed
years,
it.
yeah.
So basically, I was doing it because the traffic was getting worse in Manchester, and so,
Was it brilliant? Yeah.
I always remember.
So when I came and saw you,
Him on the moped.
I had a leather jacket on with the moped.
You had what?
you had the leather jacket
Like a
on.
biker jacket
You know,
and a
he's the
moped.
kind of person that will have all the full
Yeah.
leather gear on a 250.
With a moped.
On a 250.
With a moped.
I can't even imagine him missing the traffic though. He'd still be sat behind the cars.
No,
like,
no,
following
dip
the
through
rules.
and
I remember one time because I thought people could say you shouldn't be riding this. You know what I mean? It's dangerous because it was tough. Because to get insurance, it was a nightmare. I was
If you
paying
were- if you
fortune.
fell off and-
honestly,
Oh,
my
you're
own
in trouble.
And I remember saying to David Dean one time, by this, you know, what I mean, I said, what would it cost to, you know, if I to insure my a Harley? I didn't say insure a Harley Davidson if I wanted to buy one. He didn't even answer. He just laughed. He just laughed like to say it's a ludicrous idea, and I'd already been riding it for 2 years. Right? So
Oh.
it was like the chance I was taking.
It's dangerous to have them bikes, aren't
Yeah.
they?
They're not dangerous when you ride how I was riding. I'm just chilling, bro. It's just
Yeah, no, you might be good drivers. The people around you.
yeah, it's
I
actually.
used to do that a lot.
It's
Just
actually when
ride
you're
with the
travelling
helmet.
between traffic and they don't see you in the cut lanes or they switch lanes. Or that's when you felt a
You
bit.
get on the bikes in London, don't you, to get to matches? Is that
Always.
good? Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, I got on somebody who's
A
drove
taxi
you
bike,
before.
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. You put your little suitcase
Honestly.
in
It's
the back.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Every game.
It was
I'm on a
so
bike.
good.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. It
Them
was
guys,
so good.
them guys are riders.
What's your pastime, Jill?
That's what you want.
I didn't, when we went to full time, obviously I was 26, 27, I couldn't believe we finished at like 2 o'clock. So I used to always like either go coaching or do something. But I also liked, I've always had a pair of rollerblades and I wasn't meant to do it, but I used to go for a little roller skate. Yeah, I love rollerblades.
Oh, yeah, because I saw you doing some of that programme, didn't you? You were really good at it.
Yeah. But I used
What,
to
in
play.
like the arena type thing?
I used to
Oh, there's some-
play. Sorry,
That's really
I
good.
used to play ice hockey when I was younger. I love ice skating, rollerblading.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But again, for your contract, probably knees and stuff like that. But yeah, just to relax. I bought myself some Bauer yellow rollerblades in COVID because I never had them like as a kid. And I loved them. Yeah, loved them.
They were cool.
Loved them.
Just they're saying that could be the end of the show, and they think, but I fancy just chatting a chat for a bit.
Is everyone drunk?
Yeah.
So we're just going to carry on filming.
Hey, what?
We're
I
just
think
carry
we've
on
just
filming.
what
drunk your
show?
water.
Are we doing a show here? Nev, what was your best investment? Your shop
I've
or your
really gotten-
house? Or
yeah,
I don't think
It's a
I've
house.
never been. I've
Mine was
never
a
like
house.
made money out of anything but what I was doing. If you know what I mean.
I never
bought
really
something I went
invested.
through.
No. Me neither. I was trying to do it with properties, but then kind of they all
Just-
went in the end.
You invest though.
Yeah, your own house.
It's another story.
Your own house is the best investment.
You think so? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I always think about things about, and look, I think to be fair, when you think about the fact that it's getting harder and harder for anyone to afford a house in the country, it's a difficult conversation to have. But if you can own your own house, then what a start that is in life. So when I first got money, my first contract at United, professional contract, I bought a house. That was
I bought my mum's,
that was
yeah.
a massive thing.
Yeah.
And I put down, I think it was a house that cost 160,000, and I put down, I think I had to put down 16,000 as a deposit. And at the time, I was like taking a big risk, you know what I mean? I was on £210 a week, I had a 4-year deal that went 210, 310, 410, 510. So it was like a 4-year deal. I think like a £7,000 sign on. So you basically, you're saving up for this sign on fee, and then you put it into a house and you think, right, I've got to afford the mortgage for 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like, and then
It's amazing. Them gifts when you're sports and you get a few bob. Even when I was a first of forest, you get a few. I
You
remember
get that money comes.
you can look after your family, obviously. But I remember like buying my grandmother's house in Cork. It was like
Oh.
That's a
it was
beautiful
about,
feeling.
for my grandmother. Yeah, I think it was about 9,500.
I bought my
bunts
nan.
at
I
the
bought my
time.
nan's house for her.
Bought my mum's house. My mum's
9,500.
My mum's was what?
What, for the house?
65 or something.
My mum was
That is-
120.
When was that, like
The terraced house at
1942?
65.
I remember
Oh,
with my
you
mum.
bought a house for
you know mine was-
£9,000.
9,500. Yeah, like
Where was that?
back in Cork. My grandmother.
What year?
She'd lived
What year was it?
1992.
Yeah.
Whenever I first moved over, yeah.
That is
Because
incredible.
I think she must, obviously did. She lived
What-
there a
what
long
would that-
time. You couldn't have a right to buy it or something. It must have been.
What would
What's
that-
it worth
what would the
now?
house? Yeah, what would the house be worth now?
Probably 10. 10,000. It's gone up.
10 grand.
You know my policy, buy high. No,
My
not
height
sure.
so low.
Probably wouldn't have got up that much.
I bought my mum's. The first one was 120. It was my mum because, and the thing is that once I got in, because it came in so late, I didn't know how long this was going to last. Because Palace, firstly, they only gave me a 3-month deal at the start, so I couldn't commit to anything. Then you got the year. So once I got the 2-year deal, I was able to commit and buy something. I was thinking, well, if just in case it don't go right, at least I've got this house. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
It is amazing when you're a young player. And most footballers I know come from like working class backgrounds. And then all of a sudden you're getting like, you know, a decent money.
It's
aren't you?
crazy,
You can,
yeah.
you can look out. It's a great gift that to be able to look after people and help them along.
And just give people
I
a
think
start.
that's-
Just
yeah.
give people a start. But that's what it was.
Yeah,
Trying to
right.
give people a start. You can't
Yeah.
give everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like giving people a start.
We'd have a joke in the dressing room. I think it was Robbo, people talking about mortgages, and I think
Oh,
Robbo
yeah.
said, "What's a
What's
mortgage?"
the mortgage?
You know, mate.
Is that? I remember
What,
that's
because
what,
he used to just buy
that's-
them?
I think that's what Platty, David Platt, you said it to Martin Keown because you could get Martin Keown like that, bam, and like he's talking about mortgage, and I think Platty said, "What's a mortgage?" Is it like, hang on, he says, "What's a mortgage? Is it like a narrow gauge but more?" It's like Martin was like.
David Platt came into the coffee shop the other day.
Platty, yeah.
Yeah, so we're like David Platt's coming into the coffee shop, and Shelley thought it was him off Coronation Street. And
Platty
then
was
coming,
great.
I was like, no, he's like
But he came
England
back from
legend.
Italy. He came back from Italy, all cultured up and beautiful. He was. He's just like swilling wine, and I love
What
David
was his
Platt.
years at England? When did he play?
He was like
1990. Don't worry.
90 was when he
Yeah,
came
he
in.
started in
He scored them
1990.
big goals in 1990.
He scored a lot of goals
Yeah.
for
And he was
midfield
there.
for England.
He was there till
He's a great
96. 96. He was there. 96, 97 maybe. 96.
He was one of the best midfield finishers
1988.
I've ever seen.
Was he like attacking midfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
He-
Finish, left foot, right foot.
Hey, he was reluctant to come back, wasn't he?
He wasn't there. But
1989.
He liked going that way. He was keen on that
Yes.
way, but that's why he scored loads of goals.
Yeah.
1989 to 96.
1989 to 96.
Yeah.
7 years.
He's kind of someone that doesn't get mentioned a lot, does he, really?
Yeah.
He's
Platt
a
is,
good
I
player.
know, he was good.
Good player.
You played him at Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, I love Platt. He's one of the
he
best finishers. One of the best finishers from midfield I've ever seen. Ever.
Time of his runs, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
He got left out in 96 because with midfield, we had Ince and Gascoigne.
Yeah.
So it was how to get him in, you know what I mean?
Couldn't get him in because he was
You
that
had,
player.
you had Teddy and,
Yeah.
and Shearer, and then you had Anderton and McManaman. So
McManaman, yeah.
It was how to get him in. He was like,
I wouldn't
get
even class him as a midfielder, would you? He was one of them first
Yeah.
ones that played off.
Play off
like
the
a
nine,
false-
wouldn't it? He'd be a false nine. A
False nine.
Yeah.
Don't
Do
even
you
wanna
think
say
we'll
it.
miss that from the game now, like forward runners from midfield or not? I don't
Not
think
really,
you're seeing
when you
it
look
as
at,
much now.
I think
Jude's
Or off the
first
ball
goal was
stuff.
that, wasn't
Maybe
it?
off the ball.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
De
what I
Bruyne
mean.
does it,
Like the
I think Declan
forward
Rice
runs.
is one of the best at running forward from midfield. I think when he just frees himself up and goes, he's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I used to think you were the same. Obviously, you could sit back and play deeper as you got older, but you running forward.
Yeah.
And that power running into the box from midfield. Honestly, right, I'm a defender, I'm a right back, right? It's the easiest thing in the world, right? If the centre forwards are in the middle, you know where they are. If a midfield player makes a run
Yeah.
in the middle,
Who's
all of a
taking it?
sudden,
Yeah.
you're like, whoa. And also
Yeah.
you move 1 yard and 1 yard and you're done there. Or 1 yard and you're done
I remember
there.
after my first year of Forest, remember I was a young kid and that was my game. And I came back the second season, I've got local media were asking me going, well, obviously people know your game now and that's what you run forward now. And I said, and I honestly, I was dead kind of honest with him. I said, well, it's okay knowing it. It's stopping it.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You know people are making runs, but trying to stop it is very, very difficult, particularly if you get all that timing, right? And if people are picking you out, it is hard to stop.
That was you as well, Jill.
Yeah, no, I love playing that, but I think it's good because the holding midfielder, in that split second, they're like, do a pass on to the centre half. Even if you break a line and you don't get the ball, you just take
let
the
them
defender's
know.
attention.
Do you know what happens, Jill,
Yeah.
as well? What happens in players? I remember working with lads with Ireland, and they would say, I would say, oh, see that running off the ball, if the chances on go for. They would say sometimes to me, well, I've already made 4 or 5 runs and I
Exactly.
didn't get it. You go,
Yeah.
you're like,
That's
so
what it's
when you
about.
talk about Platt, Scholesy, all these boys, you go,
Yeah.
they're making load. They're obviously not necessarily always getting it.
Yeah.
But eventually, if it does drop to you, but people stop making after 4 times. You go, I never got it.
I never got, yeah.
You have to keep doing it.
Yeah,
That was
It's so true.
That was me and Bex on the right hand side because neither of us were quick. But we continued for 90 minutes to carry on running forward. So he would run forward, I would go round him. You do that for 90 minutes. Eventually, the left winger,
Yeah.
the amount of possession we had and the pitch at Old Trafford,
It's a killer.
eventually you'd start to see him go, I've got to go back again.
Yeah.
I've got to go back again.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start to get a yard to be able to get a cross in. All of a
We
sudden
saw that with you on the defensive side of it. When they had good left-sided people going, fucking Neves going, legs are going to go.
I don't
Ben.
see. But I don't remember seeing Gary when he.
My
was at
legs
his
did
time.
not go, Ian.
No,
That's from they did. At
I
the
never
end.
saw
At
Gary
the end they did.
in that prime time stuff when he's at United. Same with Phil. Never saw anybody roasting.
Oh, you want another deal, don't you? You're
No,
being
no.
nice here.
Who roasted you, Gav?
You're all right.
Who-
I'm a captain, pal.
Do you know, I had many battles against Ginola, Overmars. Overmars did me one or 2
Overmars,
games.
yes.
He did me 1 game at Wembley.
Yeah.
Ginola at
I could name
Why-
20.
you can.
Beagrie.
No, he didn't.
Beagrie can't get past Gary
Beagrie
Neville.
did him.
He did.
Beagrie done you, Beagrie.
You know what, the only
Twisted your
players-
blood.
Fucking
He
hell. I
twisted-
didn't know where I was. I would like to be a Man City striker. Even if,
Jesus.
yeah, it was Peter Beagrie, wasn't it?
Peter Beagrie, man.
I played right back one night up against Beagrie. Fucking
Did he
twisted blood.
twist him?
So the only player
Is
that I
this
can
when you
remember
had
beating for speed
a hernia?
Who?
Never
that
scored.
caught me, Kewell.
Harry.
The one player that caught me out for speed where I thought,
Yeah, he's
usually
quicker.
very few people went past me because what I would do is I'd give myself a yard, 2 yards, whatever I needed to
That's
give
what
it.
I'm saying.
Aye.
I didn't see it.
Whatever it was to need. Harry Kewell, oh my
Yeah,
God,
he was deceiving you.
he was quick.
Powerful runner, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to say,
a good
was
player.
he powerful?
He was brilliant for a year or two. When he had a spell where he was good. There must be more Nev.
I think them
I'll
unselfish
think of some
runs.
more here.
Oh, sorry, Gabby Agbonlahor.
Of course, he ripped you to shreds him. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that-
1-1 against Manchester United in 20.
Did Henri run you? He must have done you. Henri, no?
No, he went inside.
Yeah, but how many people that you had in your pocket?
A lot.
Loads. But I do think them unselfish runs are a big thing because you know when the ball's wide,
Yeah.
you know when you need somebody just to be running across the keeper constantly.
You don't
for the
self-praise, there's no
pullback.
praise.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
have to get anyone else
But you
do
don't get
You
it.
don't get it. You don't get it, but you have to
Don't
keep
get
doing it.
Yeah.
But you do that run, the midfielder scores. You
Right,
take
you
credit,
must have
like
done him.
did
You must have
No
snuck
chance.
Didn't get past
He never
Gary
scored
Neville.
against Manchester United when I was playing in defence.
Never. You never
No
scored against
chance.
United.
No.
He was wriggling in the pocket.
I
know
wasn't
what- you know
I was wriggling in the
Wriggling in
pocket.
my pocket.
Do you know what? Righty.
He made some great saves. That's why I hate
Righty,
this
Did you
Schmeichel
ever
stuff.
score against United?
You must.
I scored, well, obviously in my
Cup.
Palace career.
No, but did you ever score for Arsenal against United?
Not at Arsenal.
What?
No,
Not one goal.
But these people don't.
It's amazing.
They don't.
All right.
It was
Brilliant.
just
Post
him.
bars.
Just him.
Hey.
The
Post
back
bars.
court was just
Can you
him.
imagine,
Post bars and
Righty,
goalkeeper.
you must have it in your mindset a little bit. Imagine if Righty played for United. You would have got. You know that. That cheeky grin. He's thinking, Yorkie, Coley, Teddy, you're thinking, I would have got 40 goals. You would have.
But you're jealous. You're jealous of United. In those times, you're
Bex
jealous of
Giggsy
them.
putting it across the box.
jealous
How
of
many
them.
times did Wrighty play against United? Can we have the stat, please, and how many games?
What?
That is an amazing
Palace
stat.
and Arsenal.
Right. I've got Wrighty's record against Man United.
Let's have a guess how many games.
I'll have a guess.
I'm going to say it's probably... Would it be as
How many
10?
years did you play for Arsenal?
As many as 10?
7.
How many
But then-
games did he play against Man United?
10.
No.
13.
Must be more. 15, 20.
20. He played 20 games against Man United. You did score 1 goal.
Oh, how can you forget that?
Was it again for Palace?
No,
No,
he's-
I'm on about
he's-
for Arsenal.
No, your record for Palace.
Charity
He scored-
Shield
he
doesn't
scored-
count. The community, it's a friendly.
Scored in this Community Shield.
Yeah, that was a great
Ah.
goal. I remember that.
What was it?
I don't know what goal it was.
Just hooked it. Remember you hooked it?
Yeah, when it came there.
Yeah,
But you see,
brilliant.
this is the thing what I'm saying about, you know, I don't know if I was trying too hard and then obviously...
1 in 20 against United.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
With a
might have had
record like
assists. He might have been
But you
doing
know
all
the thing
the
what it was?
unselfish
4 for
work.
Palace, though.
Did you
4.
We're not talking about Palace, talking about Arsenal.
Yeah, but the thing is that what I could not get past, and I think it kind of turned into a
The
block
back four,
thing.
obviously.
Not the back four, is that Peter. He made some fucking unbelievable saves. and it's to the point where I'm like, he's only fucking trying against me.
Did you feel like Ronaldo the other
The
day?
goal I scored in that Community Shield, you watch that goal, see
Brilliant
what I had to
remember
do
it.
to score.
Yeah.
That is the kind of goal I had to do to score against him. I remember that when we done the
friendly, it's a
soccer, remember when
friendly.
we done the soccer box?
Yeah.
And I roast, what's your man's name? Johnston? I don't
Ronnie Johnson.
Ronnie Johnson.
What did I do to him? I killing him, I was.
Yeah.
And then I set up, and then Christopher Ray missed an open goal. It's like, I played well, didn't score, I was devastated.
Do you know, you've
And even when I scored at Man United, it was for England, wasn't it? When I did score at Old Trafford, it
You
was
never
for
scored at
England.
Old Trafford.
No, for England, no.
You need to come and do Soccer Aid when it's at Old Trafford.
No,
Did you score for Old Trafford for Palace?
yeah, no. I scored at Palace and at Wembley. Never scored.
No, I'm going to look at you differently now.
bitch.
Don't bitch me off. Honestly, it's one of the things that I think about. I scored at everywhere else.
Wow.
Everywhere else.
Where was your favourite place? You always seem to score at
Liverpool.
Southampton. Did you always score at Southampton now?
Always.
On the down, the old down.
Everton as well. I think I scored against
I'm trying to give you
everyone else.
toffee here, so you don't
I don't
need
need
to highlight.
No, I don't
That's why I
need-
walk right.
I don't need toffee. It's something that I can
Jesus.
easily do. It's not a problem for me to deal with that because there's not many teams I didn't score against. But that was one. I remember, how long did it take Ian Rush to score against?
Oh,
United?
yeah. What? He scored 1, didn't he?
He scored 1 against
Do
United.
you think it becomes
remember
a
that
bit
game.
of a
Do you remember the game?
mental
It does.
block?
Did
Yeah.
you play? It does.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with
2-2.
Eric's
Was it
comeback.
2-2?
Was there no,
No,
there was
no,
no,
I
there was
don't
no
think that-
fans
no.
at the back or something. There were no fans there.
I think Sparky. No, that was the.
No.
That wasn't Eric's game back.
No, it was. I
When
remember.
Rush scored.
And I remember thinking about Rush. He scored 1.
God.
You know what I mean? Look at Rush. So what you? I mean, that's the company I'm in.
Yeah.
Come on.
Isn't it mad when
It's
you
not
say
bad.
you have a good
You were a team
record
player anyway.
against
It
some
didn't matter who
teams?
scored.
It must be mental, because who did you score? Did
Who
you
was your
score a lot
team?
of goals against a certain team?
Too many to mention. Jesus, Arsenal. Obviously,
How many
scored.
goals did you score in your career again?
My career.
Yeah. You must know.
You were a good goal scorer,
I'm going to
though.
say 90.
That's,
What was it?
wow.
On my way off with 90, have I
In how
overshot
many
that?
games do you play?
Fuck, is this a quiz
It's gotta be
question here? Fucking hell, I got a headache.
500 and odd games, 600 games?
I'm going to say, yeah, maybe
600.
maybe
600. 600.
That's a good record, though, for midfield.
612 games. Every game, 612 games in his club career.
In
97
club career.
goals.
And how many goals does he score?
97.
I've not played 612 games. That's my club career.
That's what I'm being told.
No chance.
You had a illustrious
Yeah, no, I didn't play that many games, surely. You must be including internationals.
612 games, club only.
I didn't think it'd be that many.
97 goals.
No, it wouldn't be that many. I want to say in terms
89
of
goals.
83, 84,
89.
78.
78.
That's good,
Take that,
though.
yeah. You take
Because
that?
I think people always think about you as a holding defensive midfielder, but you weren't, were
He
you?
was an attacking midfielder. I thought it'd be more.
Good.
There's a little clip going around YouTube about your passing. Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah, not YouTube. Twitter, X.
How good it is.
Yeah, it's passing.
Yeah, I remember passing through the line.
Sometimes your little reminders, like a 2-minute little video, Roy Keane passing.
Can we
Put
show
it
it?
in.
Can we
I
see
think
it?
I remember, actually. Did
See the
you?
screen
We
down?
never get to see
Does he
Roy's
have
stuff.
them big chunky
never get to see
Theodora
Roy's
boots
stuff.
on?
Do you know what annoys me? Every fucker comes up to me. I remember you kicked people out.
I know, they don't remember the stuff. It's like, this is why when I've done that with you,
Kick
Gal,
people.
because one of the
Christ.
things people talk about is
Yeah.
all the other stuff, like the goals and stuff, but some of the stuff that I was most pleased about is some of the touches, some of the link-up plays, some of the fucking assists what I've done. I think I've done, you know what I mean? And people don't talk about that stuff.
All our egos kicking in here a bit, yeah.
Yeah, no
My
assist at
passing
Old
was
Trafford.
amazing. His defended, your goals.
Oh, I had so many.
No,
I had
mine
Your
assists.
link-up play was desperate.
assists.
You were selfish. But I like that. All top strikers are
Proper
selfish, aren't
selfish,
they?
proper selfish.
You admit to that?
Absolutely
Brilliant.
selfish.
I
We were
remember
talking last night.
your Theodora boots.
Yeah,
You look
brilliant,
like a
brilliant. I'll
mascot,
get
them
you
big
some.
chunky boots.
Yeah.
Looks like-
We're talking about qualities, right?
Right.
Selfish is okay if you're a striker.
Right.
Selfish is okay if you're a striker.
These are
What's
a size
not okay
8.
for any position of leadership is
You have big
sulky
feet, though.
and moody. I can't do sulky. You can be angry, you can be frustrated, you can be happy. You can't be sulky.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not having sulky.
Sulky doesn't help.
I'm not having sulky.
No.
Not having.
Sulky.
Not having it. So selfish actually for a striker. You know, we played with selfish strikers. And just that's a quality that probably they need to score goals. I get it. I understand it a little bit. I don't get sulky.
No.
I don't think I sulked. Look at me thinking back. If I sulked.
This inside out's really got to him.
You know what? You know something?
He's going to be doing the
The only time I
voiceover
might
for
have
the
sulked
next
is
one.
if I was on 2 goals and then I've
Taken
taken off or something like that. You know? Or, you know, that's the only... Or if I'm on 2 goals and someone don't square it for me to get at you, I might get sulky, but...
Yeah, but
not
for
in,
how
not in the
long?
main...
Is
not
it
in the
football
main
mad, though?
swing.
The level, you're in a team game, but there is selfishness has to be there because you're fighting for a contract, you're
Yeah.
up against teammates,
Yeah.
you want to be in the starting
People
11.
coming in to take your
You're
position.
left out.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen recently big players, good lads, De Bruyne, when come off, and they're kicking stuff, and you're like,
Yeah, no one wants to come off.
Yeah.
and then you're trying to be, you're trying to defend.
I love it. I wouldn't have changed anything.
I don't think I've ever been taken off. Have you ever been taken off and proper had a little tantrum?
No, never.
No.
And I was taking off.
I don't think I have. Like,
No.
You never, because you know why? Because actually, I think your anger is with the manager, obviously. It's not with the teammates that you're actually replacing. I just think it's a really bad message to send to your teammates. I get it sometimes, lads are pissed off that they get taken off. But that your problem is with the manager. Go and see him in the dressing room after the game or go and see him the day after. I just think if you can try and keep it away from your teammates who are thinking, well, hang on a minute, a player's just gone on there to replace
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
that how
the bit-
Colin...
yeah.
That,
That's the bit I don't like.
Was that the
Yeah,
Colin
that's the bit I
Teddy
don't
thing?
like.
Because it apparently was a shake hand or he walked off and it... That's...
Do you know what amazes me? The lads who get upset when they're taken off. And you say the game is over, but a really good player's coming on, and you're taken off, and the manager obviously is constantly looking at the bigger picture, and you dismiss that player going on, and you're like, I think if I was ever coming on,
You always acknowledge.
no, but if I was ever coming on, the lad kind of dissed me.
You wouldn't have that.
No.
Do you know what I do? I'd kick him up the arse. You know, I just go, I'm going on. Next week it might be you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You mean like, you don't mean sort of like properly kick him up the arse, do you?
Yeah, no, kick him up the arse.
No, he actually does mean
I wanted
physically.
that
I was giving
They
him a
were
chance to
just-
get out of it.
When you were celebrating the other day, I turned
wanna
around.
kick
It
me?
did cross my mind.
You should have kicked
Not
me.
just like an old fashioned, years ago. You
You should have just, you know, where you could just go, no, but it's an inside kick of the arse, not just laces.
No, they're full.
Like, you were going to do it for laces. I'm like,
You
You
that's
kick
just
me all the
rude. That's
time
just
on
mean.
Doria. Like that.
Right.
No,
just
can I
mean.
just say
Yes.
the one that sticks out for me is, can you remember Edison coming off against Tottenham and he had that broken eye
Yeah.
socket?
He was getting
And
upset.
he sulked so much, and then at the end, the goalkeeper obviously had a great
Yeah,
game, has
amazing,
won them the league,
Yeah.
and he didn't even really, like, I'd have been going up, like, hugging, and
Yep, right.
that screamed selfishness to me.
Well, selfishness, eh? You need it.
Yeah, at the right times.
I didn't know there was scones. Are they scones?
There's a
No.
lot.
You've
No,
been
it's like a
selfish.
muffin.
You've
Right.
been selfish with that muffin.
That is the
Selfish.
end of Stick to Football.
9 hours long, that was.
Wow. We should have done it for charity, like a marathon. But you know what? It's, you know,
Look at this foot. Pass this.
Well done, everyone.
Just look at
Brilliant,
this
well
foot.
done.
Oh, seriously.
Look at this
Seriously.
phone.
It's embarrassing,
What's that,
seriously.
Gary?
Apple, can you send Roy
Yes.
a new phone?
Yeah, can we get a new
Please.
phone for Roy Keane, please?
It's
It's
not advertising.
It's even still got that button.
it's the same era as his nan's house at $9,000 in
9.5.
9.5 grand.
That is so bad. You know what? You could get glass in your ear.
Yeah.
It's really dangerous.
Right.
Should we buy him a phone?
No, I've got another. I've got a
Yes.
new one. It's in my.
Gal, do the photo.
Is it?
I've been
It's
trying.
unbelievable, that record,
Have
though,
you?
Gal.
Yes.
What?
Gary
you're
could buy
non-scoring?
you a phone.
Because I
Got
played in
money?
so many games where we
Yeah.
beat you.
Just let it go.
Let it
Jesus
go.
Crow, let
Let
it
it
go. Jesus, photo shoot. Is this for GQ? Man of the
Man
year.
of the year.
Man of the year.